Hey friends, what's up? Welcome back to the studio. To the couple of people that have been following me, I apologize. I am a little bit late. But yeah, I've been helping my dad with the business and doing other kind of stuff. I've got priorities in the way, so yeah. It doesn't matter. It's here, video, yay. Anyways, I want to talk about iPad, my experience with the iPad so far, because I got it a couple of weeks, months ago? I don't even know, like a month ago or something. And it's not like I had a lot of time to explore the full potential of Procreate because most of my time I am working. But I have I have an idea of where this is going. So today I'm gonna talk about that while I am sketching in the background. Right now, it is a Procreate time-lapse, but I'm gonna compare it. I'm gonna draw the same drawing on the iPad and on the Cintiq, and I'm gonna talk about it. So let's get started, shall we? So as you can see, I sketched out my character Zola on Procreate, and I was trying to lay some base colors, and I tried to color it on Procreate on iPad. In a simpler way, but I have this problem that I just keep taking things, the coloring stage, way too far, and it seems like I cannot detach myself from sticking to simpler coloring techniques. I can't. And by taking it a little bit too far, the results come out really muddy and weird, and I really dislike how the final thing comes along. So this was the version of the illustration in a simpler style on the iPad fully, and now I'm gonna show you how the process with the Cintiq goes. With the Cintiq is really I feel so much more comfortable, honestly, because I don't know, I feel like I can stick to my workflow with ease, and I don't feel like I'm taking it too far, even though it's a rendered and polished version, right? But it doesn't take me a long time or anything. So it's not like I don't feel the need to oversimplify my style when I work with the Cintiq, because it's so automatic for me at this point. And this is something that I still wasn't able to achieve with the iPad, and for some reason I cannot fully emulate my style and my workflow with the tools and the way the iPad works. Maybe because I don't have the keyboard shortcuts that are really useful, and the quickness that it is to use both of your hands, and I don't know, the whole Windows environment is I'm just used to it, and I still cannot so I cannot say that I am fully sold to the iPad, even though I see a lot of potential in it for personal work and as a sketching tool. It seems like it is really amazing, and just the fact that it allows me to draw outside of my computer, the portability factor, even though it's not the type of artwork that I would be putting out in my Cintiq, just the portability factor and the fact that I can practice and I can sketch on the iPad outside of my computer is just so good. And honestly, I think it's a matter of time until I fully adapt to it. Maybe not. Maybe I'll never be able to put out work like the one I put out with the Cintiq in my computer, but I am certain that I will find a style and a technique that fits in the Apple and Procreate environment, and that works for me eventually, even if it takes a while. I'm pretty sure, I'm positive at least. But for now, I really like it as a sketching tool, and I wouldn't post any sketches, and I am trying to now because I don't know, I think I kind of romanticize sketching a lot. And the thing with the iPad is that it feels very natural to sketch there. Like, it feels like I'm back on paper, like good old times. Is almost nostalgic. It feels really good to sketch in the iPad. But as you can see, I'm working with a Cintiq in here on Pencil-SAI, Pencil-SAI 2. Those are my, comfort programs since I was like a little kid, since it all started. And as you can see, my technique for coloring is the selection tool and the airbrush. I simply select where I think shadows go and I color there. And for the base shading part, I don't really think of a light source. It's kind of like generic, my own generic idea of where the shades should be laying. Please, professor and teacher artists, don't slap my face. I know I should be practicing my fundamentals and I should stick to a light source. But what I do is I simply shade whatever, okay, without thinking of a light source. And if there's a light source, I will reshade or add lighting effects over my shaded piece. And this is how you get an overdone thing, and all those details are gonna disappear once you post them, and it's gonna look muddy and ugly, but I don't care. That's how I roll, and that's how I'm gonna keep rolling. Anyways, maybe actually, it would be a good idea for me to actually sit down and study light sourcing and cell shading on another perspective, on a more animation style perspective. So maybe I could start practicing that way in the iPad, since I definitely cannot render like I render in Pencil-SAI. And maybe that would be, I would find a new style, a more quick style that could, like, allow me to draw more without expecting so much. So here it is, the final version with a Cintiq. More simple, without like any light source. Just a plain basic shading thing without overcomplicating. And this is I can't. Bro, I don't know what happened there. Like, I literally don't know what I was trying to do. Like, I can't. I am terrified. I feel like I'm looking at this for the first time. I want to cry, Jesus. I cannot color in the iPad still. It's so disgusting. To be honest though, yeah, as a sketching tool, it's really amazing. I want to keep sketching on the iPad. As for coloring, I need to find myself again. But thankfully, I have another example. Dun, dun, dun. So, for this one, yeah, you can still see that there's a lot more going on with the Cintiq version than the iPad versions, but it could work, okay? It needs work, and it needs time, and it needs to cook, okay? But I think something might come out of the iPad for me, at least for me, because like, I see people doing incredible, amazing work on the iPad, and I'm still struggling to adapt, but I am certain, okay, that eventually that time will come for me and I will find myself within the Apple environment. I said this already, I'm saying it again. The sketching, it's just amazing. And honestly, like, even it feels, not only does it feel like really traditional and nostalgic in that matter, but yeah, portability, man. And not every art we put out needs to be polished, beautiful, amazing artwork that looks so pleasing to the eye. It can be sketched final versions. It can be flat colored final version. I haven't tried to flat color stuff yet. So, and keep it flat, because I always tend to just go overboard with stuff, and it turns out way worse than the simplified versions. But as for sketching, look, it's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, so far a month with the iPad and very, very little free time to work on it. This is what I got. I know I'm still very far away from achieving something like great with the iPad. Honestly, I haven't really tried to even like truly use my techniques within the iPad. I've always been trying new things. So that's why it's kind of like lost and flat and weird and not good looking. But I think it's a matter of time. We're humans. We adapt. So yeah, if you're considering buying an iPad, and especially if you're open to fully explore your style and your techniques and your art, I recommend it, because Procreate has a lot of potential. I could say I'm an Apple hater, and I cannot hate the iPad for drawing. Like, I don't love it still, because I'm being a crybaby that cannot like handle the fact that I've been working with the same tools for my whole life versus 1 month on the iPad. But I see the potential. I know anyone can really achieve great work within the iPad and the Procreate and the whole thing. So yeah, these are my thoughts. This is 1 month in, and I will definitely be back eventually with another review for more time, since I am a complete snob for Paint Tool-SAI, and it definitely tells. So I think it would be valuable to have a future perspective eventually. So I will keep working on my simple style, and let's see where I can go with the iPad. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, interact with me, let me know your thoughts. Bye bye. Mwah.